ownership of this station.
You weren't joking. It really was 2 minutes.
I know.
State Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Oops. Welcome to the show.
Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. What's your plan B? Plan B. What is plan B? I'll tell you, one of the one of the biggest problems in our modern economy is that it's highly specialized. That's both a benefit. Let's put it this way in financial terms. It's both an asset and a liability. Meaning specialists make lots and lots of money relative to generalists. But the problem is that when you're so specialized that if you don't have a plan B and your industry disappears or it shrinks, you got to find something else to do. What's your plan B? We have a lot of folks that go through our weekend retreat. We just had one this past weekend. It was great. We're hosting them at our office now, and it was so much fun having it at our office than it is at a hotel. It's like so much more chill. Maybe it's a better way to put it. And you can get some work done, which is kind of nice. It's fascinating to me how many people come to our weekend retreat in search of plan B. In other words, either A, their industry doesn't exist anymore, or B, the industry which they've, or the thing in which they've specialized in no longer exists, or it's shrinking, and they've got to come up with a plan B, or they just absolutely hate their job, and they've got to come up with plan B. What is plan B? I'm not always on a big Robert Kiyosaki kick. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the things that he says, because I think truthfully he's probably caused more harm than he's done good. But one of the things he talks about in a number of his books is, and yes, I've read all of them. I'm pretty sure I've read all of them. He's got a bunch. It's a good idea to have multiple streams of income. When I hear the term diversification, you'll hear that a lot. I'm not a big fan of diversifying, quote, one's wealth. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And in fact, I'll tell you this. Let's get down to what the root word of diversification means. It really means spreading stuff around. You reduce your risk. Really, it's a risk management strategy. You reduce your risk by spreading stuff around. Like all over the place. Just spreading it around. That's really what diversification means. Spread stuff out. Which is kind of funny because we don't, in most aspects of our lives, we are not diversified. If you truly believed in diversification, you would drive multiple cars. Monday I drive the Porsche, Tuesday I drive the Lambo, Wednesday I drive the Raptor. I mean, you drive different cars because we want to diversify our risk over these different vehicles. And you wouldn't live just in one house. You'd live in multiple houses. Maybe I'd live in Sugar Land and Katy and the Heights and Oak Forest. And of course, I'd probably have a house in Dallas and San Antonio and Austin and Colorado. And I'd have all these houses all over the place. And then, my kids wouldn't just go to one school. They'd go to multiple schools. They go to elementary school here and in Oak Forest and Katy and Sugar Land. I mean, they would just go throughout the school year, they would diversify their education by going from thing to thing to thing, right? So diversification doesn't always make sense. It's got very specific uses. Let's take it a step further. Your employment, your job, the JOB, the just over broke. You got your job. Do you have one job or do you have 10? You probably got one. Like most Americans, you got one job. You're not, a petroleum engineer on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, you're a materials engineer down at NASA, and then on Thursday, you're doing medical device sales. No, you for the most part, we're not diversified. And truth be told, our highest rates of return are in those areas in which we do not diversify. For example, I don't spread my money around on 1,000 different houses. I focus on a handful of houses a month. So when you start taking diversification outside of the finance and investment industry, it really doesn't make any sense. This just flashed in my mind. Dave Ramsey one time explained diversification like spreading manure. If you put manure in a pile, it all starts to smell pretty bad. But if you spread it out, stuff grows. And it's funny because in the investment world, we regard diversification as a good thing. However, taken outside of the investment community, the definition of diversification and that being good or being a positive completely falls apart. I just thought of another one. Does anyone diversify in spouses? You got like 7 wives, one for every day of the week. No, that's ridiculous, right? So the idea of diversification as this great thing is absurd. I prefer a plan B. I'm a mid-level manager. Let's say I'm a business owner in something completely unrelated to real estate. I'm an oil and gas guy. I'm a healthcare gal. There's an incredible amount of wisdom in having a plan B. I'm in healthcare or oil and gas, or I'm in IT, whatever it is, and I'm also invested in real estate. I've got this plan B in case plan A doesn't work out. Now, I'll tell you right now, your best wealth building tool is that W-2 income, is that job. I'm not one of these guys that gets on the radio and says, you need to quit your job because the man's keeping you down, or whatever nonsense you hear. That's absolutely, unequivocally absurd. I'm also not telling people to cash out of their IRAs. Also, something the financially illiterate say. However, you need to use those vehicles, your job, your IRA, 401k, that sort of thing, and direct those activities, direct those resources towards real estate. My day job is an oil and gas guy. My night job is buying rental properties and being a landlord. And truth be told, it's not really a job. Buy a couple of houses a quarter. If I lose my job, if plan A doesn't work out, I got plan B. I'm good. I just need to buy some more. Here's the problem that most people run into, and this is what we see at our weekend retreat. They start their plan B too late. Plan A falls apart, and they immediately start working on plan B. Well, you've got to execute plan A and plan B at the same time. In the same time space. I'll give you a great example of this. I hear a lot of people say, Jason, I'll get into real estate when real estate crashes. Like, I want to get in at the bottom of the market. There's a problem with that. One is nobody can time the market. It is impossible. There are a lot of guys that predicted the housing crash, but they couldn't predict when. There's a big difference there. Later on the show, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen to pension funds and actually just public pensions in general. I shouldn't say in general. I'm going to speak in generalities about city and state pension funds. If you are a firefighter, police officer, school teacher, you better be real scared. You better get on to plan B. I'll tell you that right now. Because what you've been promised is not going to come to fruition. When that happens, next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know. But I will tell you in the next 20 years, things are going to get real interesting for those that are on public pensions. Let's go back to this idea of diversification and Plan B. Plan A is my day job, my day gig. That's Plan A. What is Plan B? And in this economy, you need a Plan B.
2 minutes.
The idea that I could work somewhere for 30, 40 years, get the gold Rolex and a really fat pension, that left the building in 1978. And I can tell you right now, it's nearly impossible for most of you that listen to this radio show to be able to save your way to retirement. You've got too many liabilities. Of course, the other problem is property taxes here in Texas, but that's a whole different discussion. You've got Plan A, you need a Plan B. Now, my Plan B turned into my Plan A. This real estate thing started working out real well. I just left my Plan A and replaced it with Plan B. Now, what's fascinating is my Plan B, which is really my Plan A now, so my Plan A is real estate.
1 minute.
My Plan B, I can always go back to work, right? Go back to the man, working for the man, doing risk management. So my Plan A now is real estate. And what's fun is I get to do Plan A on my terms. Do you get to say the same thing about your Plan A? We get back from break. We're going to talk more about that. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hardware source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals.
I think I got all that set up.
Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353 or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you expecting to close
1
accurately,
minute.
on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. I'm going to launch a podcast. I don't know when it's going to be during the week. It'll be a once-a-week podcast, and I'm going to talk a lot about politics and finance and all that, just whatever interests me at the time. I'm reading this immigration stuff, and it's just, I don't know whether to laugh or to ridicule these people. I don't get it. I don't understand. I really don't. It just, I'm getting to the point now, if you guys have not read Aaron Clary's book, Enjoy the Decline, you should. I mean, we are literally headed down. The more data I get, it just... let me put it to you this way. I am being told that the world is separating itself into the haves and have-nots. And I cannot remember who ran with the vice president when John Kerry was running his VP. I could picture the guy, pretty boy, cheated on his wife while she was going through cancer, and they had a kid. I'm trying to remember his name. I thought it was John something. But in any case, his name escapes me right now. But one of the things he said, and I thought it was fascinating at the time, he said, there's two Americas. And I thought, this is kind of stupid. So he was saying, well, there's two Americas. There's kind of the haves and the have-nots. And the older John Edwards, thanks, Richard. Yeah, it was John Edwards. So one of the things I'm beginning to realize is, you know what? I think he was right. And here's what he's right about. This world, it's 2018. And for all intents and purposes, let's just call it 2019. We're halfway through 18. If you're just now starting in real estate, you got to get started like right now. So you can have properties going into 19. But one of the things John Edwards said is, hey, we got two Americas here, the haves and the have-nots. And right around this time, I met with somebody that said something very fascinating. We were talking about, actually this happened a couple years later. We were talking in our conference room about people we knew. They were commercial real estate investors, and we're here in little old single family. And we were having this conversation about people we knew. And the matriarch of the family, she's in her late 70s, early 80s. She said, you know what I find interesting is that the older I get and as time has progressed, there are really only two types of people in this world. There are producers and there are consumers. And she said the amazing thing is there's a shrinking number of producers. And she said, I know this to be true because it seems like we all know each other. We may not know each other personally, but we're only a few degrees of separation from each other as producers. And I can tell you, a lot of the discussions we have around politics can really be summed and distilled down to those two groups. Who's producing and who's consuming. And I'll tell you this is one popular narrative that you'll hear in conservative radio all the time, that a lot of conservatives consider themselves to be producers. That is actually not the case. when you look at return on invested capital, for example, or you look at GDP growth as a nation, it's down 50, 60, 70%, depending on what metric you use to measure productivity over the last 50 years. We are progressively producing less and consuming more as a nation. It's really sad. Because I'll tell you who this hurts. It hurts the next generation. That's who it really hurts. The sad thing is that when I looked at all the different business models out there, I always wanted to start my own business. When I looked at all the different business models, aside from a education seminar business, the only thing that ever really made sense to me was real estate. Because here's what I know. In a society that's in a progressive decline, from an economic, from a production per unit produced, in other words, for the amount of production one individual produces, we are absolutely in a decline. An individual does not produce as much as they did 50 years ago. So here's what I know. Whether we're in a deflationary environment, inflationary environment, hyperinflation, stagflation, whatever it is, here's what I know. People have got to eat. And people got to have shelter. And it's sad for me to say that because I think we can be better than that. But I can tell you society as a whole has taken this progressive narrative to say that everyone deserves stuff even though they are not a productive member of society. And where that is the most stark contrast, where you can see the result of that is in GDP growth or lack thereof and corporates' return on invested capital. If you work for a big company, you might as well be working for the federal government. And you guys know that work in big companies. Office Space, the movie, didn't come out of a vacuum. I mean, the Office Space might as well have been your local small town government, a school district. It didn't matter, or a big national company. Did you fill out your TPS reports? I mean, it's that kind of nonsense, right? And you know what's really heartbreaking is most of you who are listening to this radio show will spend the next 40 years making sure your TPS reports are filled out. It always amazes me when I meet people. Let's talk about Plan A and Plan B again. It always amazes me. The most unhappy people I ever run into are engineers. And it's not just because we have a ton of them here in Houston. I got a lot of buddies that are engineers. Got a lot of people in our group that are engineers. I came so close to transferring over to A&M and get a degree in mechanical engineering. I got real close to doing it. But when I started, when they essentially paid for half of my school, I didn't leave. So I stuck with the environmental science track. But here's the fascinating thing about engineers, and all you guys know this to be true. Y'all went to school because you were sharp, you like the science, and you're creative. If you talk to most engineers, they're creative people. Now, are they going to go out and paint? No. Are they going to go out and play the guitar and sing songs? They're not going to do that either. Their creativity is in designing systems, designing products, designing processes. And what you find, and every engineer will tell you this, man, I went to school, petroleum engineer. I thought I was going to do all this cool like downstream robotic or upstream robotic stuff. And man, you know what I do? I make the same pipe for a different rig on a different side of the world, but it's the same pipe. And it just gets so old after a while. They thought they were going to be doing something real cool. They're like, man, you know what I do all day? I sit on CAD and I just make pipes. That's not what I went to school for, but I'm like, I make pipes and I sit in these god-awful meetings that are required by HR about some bunch of nonsense that has nothing to do with my job. That's all I do. And then occasionally the fun stuff is you get to go out to the rig. You get to check stuff out there. Or get to go out to the yard or wherever they're doing the fabrication at. I get to do cool stuff. You know, half your job is designing this boring stuff, but then you get to go actually go out and look at it. Go, well, but after you've done it about 1,000 times, it starts to get pretty old. I don't know why, but it's the engineers that seem to be the most depressed. Now, I got some friends of mine that are on the R&D side, and they're having a blast. Because that's what everybody thought they'd get to do when they go to school, right? Like, oh, it's going to be so sweet, man. We're going to be doing R&D. We're going to do all this crazy cool stuff. And then we're going to work with the technicians and the machinists and get this stuff built. It's going to be so much fun. And then you realize, man, I make the same pipe.
2 minutes.
That's what I do. I sign off on a piece of pipe, and I've been doing it for 40 years, and it's getting real old. And you young guys that are my age, a little bit younger, y'all's patience for this kind of stuff is a lot thinner. You get out of school, your first 5 years in, you start looking around and go, this is it? This is it, guys? I mean, don't get me wrong. You're paying me a lot of money, but it's like, I get to do this for 40 years? Because you look over at your contemporaries. You know, here's a guy that's a baby boomer in his 60s. They're getting ready to buy him out into retirement. And he's the guy that's mentoring you. And you're 25, he's 65, and you realize this is my life for the next 40 years? I went to school and busted my hump for this? You got to be kidding me. At least the buddies of mine that majored in finance and accounting, they were out partying for 5 years straight. I actually had to go to real college.
1 minute.
I actually had to do calculus and differential equations and survive thermodynamics. Heck, at least those guys got to party a little bit. And this is your life the next 40 years. You guys are in your 20s and 30s. It doesn't get better. Like if it all of a sudden doesn't turn into a huge party, you start looking around and going, maybe I picked the wrong plan A. Maybe I need to start figuring this plan B thing out pretty quick. Like I said, we prefer real estate. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Morning, Terry. Morning, Brian. Thanks, Richard.
Are small returns getting in the way
Mr.
of your
Counts?
retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a
Oh,
9%
Scott.
return
I
after
love
5%
that.
withdrawal.
Oh, I got to
Call
send
us
Scott
today at
Carson a note.
281-915-0906
I'm gonna send him a text.
or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Gotta admit, I don't
Are
like
you looking
that.
for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
9992.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation
cut
repair
this thing
industry as a whole
out.
doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825.
There we go.
Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855
That's better.
FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly,
1 minute.
what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what
Everybody's watching the show like, Jason, what are you doing?
of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe.
Ha,
At
there
Anderson
it goes.
Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal,
Perfect.
helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com and don't forget to tell us you heard about
Much
us
better.
at Right Path Real Estate.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Just working on a little art project here in the studio. If I could make my own stuff. You know what? I will tell you, you guys want to know what the next revolution is. The internet is kind of there. Here's what I'll tell you. The next big thing is going to be in 3D printing. It's going to be in micro manufacturing. I'll give you a great example. My favorite, by the way, it's a show about real estate for those who are new. You're probably wondering, like, why are you talking about this? I'm just going off on a tangent here. I'm trying to entertain myself is really what it comes down to. So I'm a big fan of Magpul. It's a company. They make mostly parts for AR-15s. They make parts for other guns and all that stuff. And they're made, most of their stuff here is, I think everything they make is made in the USA. But they make my favorite phone cases. They're like $15-20. They're just great. And they're as durable as their magazines are. Just fantastic. Well, they don't make a case. They make some cases for tablets, but they don't make one for the iPad Mini 4, which is what I've got here, and I wish they did. And I found the case that's closest to it, and I was just modifying it to suit my needs. But I wish like you could just make your own stuff. There's a store here in Houston called Micro Center. It's one of my favorite little tech stores to go to, and they'll have 4 or 5 3D printers set up in the back, just printing stuff off. And if you've never looked at the 3D printing technology, it's pretty amazing. Here's what I'll tell you. If there's any technology I get a little nervous about as a real estate investor, it's 3D printing houses. It's not there yet. I've seen some videos that they're able to, quote, 3D print a house for like $10,000 or $15,000, but that doesn't include all the utilities, plumbing, electrical, doesn't include the roof, doesn't include a lot of other things. But I could see in the future here and it's one of the companies I'd be fascinating to start and build, is a company that 3D prints houses. So it's gonna that will absolutely disrupt a lot of industries. In fact, truth be told, it could be the one industry that obviously Amazon is replacing Walmart. We're seeing that transition from brick and mortar to online. I could certainly see the next evolution of this thing in the 25 or 30 years is, the micro manufacturing movement, where you don't order books and CDs, or I guess you don't order CDs, but books and phones and all that other stuff. You buy the right to the design to print one, and you manufacture it right there in your home, or at let's say a storefront, in a small industrial park where you can have these things built for you. The whole idea that we have to ship goods across the country, across the world to have these things built is, if you think about it, that can literally change everything. I mean, why do we have cars built in big manufacturing facilities? Why can't we have cars built at the dealership to have them just go and pick them up? I mean, it will come. It sounds crazy and it sounds super sci-fi, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. There's so many outdated models of business models. I could totally see that one just blowing Amazon right out of the water. 25 years, maybe 50 years, who knows? But it certainly will come to fruition. So let's talk about Plan A and Plan B. Plan A, that's the day job, right? Here you are, the engineer, doing your day job thing. You were going to, let's say you went right through to grad school, got a graduate degree in engineering. You thought, oh man, I was going to work on all the coolest stuff. And here you are making pipes all day. And you start looking around. Here's the reality. You start looking around, you realize, I want to go. I'll give you a great example of this. I don't think it was the best financial decision I made, at least because I haven't made the decision yet. But I think it's all going to work out in the end. And that is, we bought an RV. It should be done at the end of next month. And that's the short waiting list for little casita trailers. And you guys go, they're just fiberglass trailers. So we're waiting for our casita to get built. And my wife has already got 31 days booked over the next 12 months where we're going to be out with our boys doing stuff. Camping and hiking and bike riding and swimming and all that sort of fun stuff that you do with kids when they want to be outside all the time. 31 days. That does not include the 2 to 3 weeks we will spend in Utah next summer. So all counted for, we're going to be somewhere between a month and 2 months out doing stuff. And here's what I can tell you. With my old day job, there is a 100% chance I would not be able to do that. There's no way. I couldn't be out of the office for 2 months. How many of you guys can just leave the office for 2 months? Oh, well, let me start this the right way. First, you have to beg and plead with your employer, which I always thought was so silly. Please let me have the day off so I can go be an adult. Mother may I. So first you got to mother may I the man so you can get some time off. Then the second thing is, can you afford to do all that cool stuff? Can you afford an RV and a truck to go haul it around the country for 2 months? Can you do that financially while still saving for retirement, buying single family, doing all your other stuff, right? You start to realize, you look around and go, hey, you guys are sitting there listening to this in the office right now. Look around your office. That's your life for the next 40 years if you're in your 20s. If you're in your 40s like me, that's your life for the next probably 30 years. Do you really want to do that? Look around that room. You're like, geez. And some of you guys that listen to this podcast while you're traveling, Let's say you're taking that business trip out to LA, and all your friends and family think you have this awesome jet-setting lifestyle because you travel all the time for work. And you and I both know if you go from the plane to the airport to the hotel to wherever the conference is at or wherever the business meeting is at, and then you go back to the hotel, you get back on the Uber, you go back to the airport, you get back on the plane and go and do it all over again. Oh, yeah, I'm going to Brussels. No, you're not. You're going to a conference room in Brussels. Oh, I'm going to be out in LA. I'm going to be out in San Diego. I'm going to be out in Seattle. No, you're not. You're going to be in a conference room there. You'll be at the hotel. Yeah, you can sneak out for a half day. But can you spend a month doing cool stuff with your family? I bet the answer is no. Here's the reality, guys. This is not a dress rehearsal. You get one life. That's it. Unless you get reincarnated into like a beetle or something. But you only get one life. And the only thing you can't get back is time. So you have a decision to make. If you're happy doing what you're doing for the next 40 years, great. Keep on doing it, brother. But if you're not happy and you got other stuff you want to do, then you got to start working on your plan B right now. Now, here's what I'll tell you. The fact that I'll be able to do some traveling this year and next year is because we put in the work starting 5 years ago. I just didn't quit my job and, we're going to live like a vagabond now. But you've got to start planting seeds now so you can do those things in the future. I hear this all the time, and this is very popular in real estate circles. Jason, what's your why? Why are you in real estate? Why are you doing this? Why? And one of the things I hear when people say, hey, my why is my family, and they've been in real estate for 5 years, and they haven't reached their goals yet, one of the questions I ask is, do you really like your family that much?
2 minutes.
There are people that I've consulted with in the past that say, Jason, I just need help. I'll give you a great example. This Wednesday, I'm going to be at the Redneck Country Club. Tomorrow night, Tom is going to be at a meeting on the north side of town. If y'all want more information on that, you can go to rightpathrealestate.com. Wednesday night, I'll be at the Redneck Country Club, and I'll see a number of people that I will have given great advice to the month before. And they'll say, Jason, I'm just not X, Y, and Z trying to do X, Y, and Z for my family. Great. Did you implement the advice I gave you last month? No, I didn't. Well, your family must not be that important then. It's real simple, guys. It's making the decision to do. You have to go and do. Once you've figured out the plan, and we've put you on the right path, that's why the name of this company is Right Path Real Estate.
1 minute.
All you have to do is do. The doing's the easiest part. You just do. But here's what I can tell you. If you don't do, you will never get to where you want to go. You will never go anywhere if you just sit in the driveway at your house with the engine running, sitting in the car. It's never going to happen. You've got to do. You've got to go. Once you know that right path. We'll talk more about this at the end of at the beginning of the next break. Plan A versus Plan B. Plan B. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Hi, Clint Coons here,
One
attorney
minute.
and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors
Okie
make
dokie.
is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Have that plan B, guys, because plan A doesn't always work out. Like a Boy Scout motto, be prepared. Be prepared. You know what's amazing? I have talked to so many real estate investors. I can't think of one that told me they ever regretted buying rental property. Now, I've run into a lot of amateur real estate investors who bought one rental property. They didn't screen the tenant right. They didn't rehab the house right. And they regretted that rental property because they ran it like a slumlord. I've not met one single person who's regretted buying real estate who does this the right way. If you do it the right way, this is a fantastic plan B. That could be your plan A, depending on how you run it, how fast you want to grow. But let me ask you guys this. Look around that cube farm or that, maybe you're one of those special people that has a hard-walled office That was a big deal in all the places I work. That you have a hard-walled office. Look around there. That is going to be your life for the next 20 to 40 years. Do you want that? It's real simple. Do you want to live that existence for the next 40 years of your life? Or 20? Or 10? Or how about the next 10 minutes? Just wait till they put you on another cross-functional team to fix some issue in that gigantic organization you work in. And the whole time you're sitting in this meeting, how can I get out of this meeting without going absolutely insane?
2 minutes.
Surely there's more to life than sitting in a conference room. You want to learn how to do real estate the right way? We like to think we teach it the right way. How to do it by reducing your risk, increasing your rates of return, and get you out of one of my favorite things I hear about being a landlord is, how many calls do you get? I'm like, I don't get any calls. Like, do your tenants not pay you? No. You know how many evictions I've ever had to do on properties that I've owned that I put tenants in? 0. There's a right way to do this business, and there's a difficult way to do this business. And we teach you how we do it. Buy over 100 houses a year. I think we're up around, we're north of 500 at this point. We might be at 600 houses.
1 minute.
But here's how I'll tell you. There's a way to do this with a minimal amount of work, minimum amount of heartache. And that's what we teach. Whether you're buying 4 or 5 houses a year or 500, the same best practices work in both. No matter the size, it's completely scalable. So come on out to one of our events. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up there. Tom will be on the show tomorrow with Build Your Team Tuesday. And he's going to share with you the people that we work with to help build our wealth and portfolios. Thanks for listening, guys. I will be back Wednesday. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right, Jay, have a good one.
All right, thanks.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Find Jason and Tom at rightpathrealestate.com.
Oh, yeah, that fits much better.